Well, hello everybody and welcome back then to the single-seater playthrough in Motorsport Manager. And surprisingly, Eka is still with the team after last time. If I was her, I'd want to be out of here as soon as possible. It was such... I think it's the second time she's lost a race win because of reliability problems since being with our team. And it was a great shame. There are a lot of positives. Obviously, the pace was there, and it has been for the last couple of races. I'm not quite sure why it's there, to be fair. We've had a mistake last time as well, so we'll take a look into that. But we've still got the 8th quickest car, so why we're able to fight at the front the last couple of races, I'm not sure. So we're not taking anything for granted. It may not happen every race from now on, and if it does, we may well turn the difficulty up a little bit. But let's just get on with the episode and see how this race goes, shall we? So it was probably, yes, it was the pit crew, L. Fleming, who had the lowest stamina. So I believe that's probably was the issue. So we need someone with fixing and tyres. Rivero looks okay for that job, so we'll swap him in. We need someone else for tyres and fixing. I'm wondering if we can switch maybe Kapoor with Paul, considering we don't actually have to refuel, so that's not really a useful thing at all. And we'll look at bringing someone else on, because we're a little bit short of pit crew, to be fair. So this guy's pretty good at fixing and rear jack. Or this woman is, I should say. Always catch me out in this game. It really shouldn't by now. I really want people with zero mistakes, but they're generally not the best people. Although Arfield here is good at tyres and front jack. Might be a good person to have. Yeah, I think we'll bring him on board. He's got great stamina as well, so he's going to be a good gap filler, I think. Only really useful for this slot with Paul, though, because of the refueling. So we might put him in straight away over there. And we don't really have anybody that can replace Actually, I keep forgetting between each series. Oh, the next vote is for refueling. Yeah, we definitely don't have refueling in this. So I might swap Gulab out as well for Marquez. Just ensure we've got plenty of stamina, and hopefully those mistakes won't happen again. Right, so let's get cracking with the episode then. We've got that new rear wing coming up. A couple of sponsor offers. I think we'll wait till we get one more before we decide. Back balance is looking pretty good. It's definitely a lot better than it was last year. It's a lot more positive anyway. So as long as we can keep on that track, we can keep developing the car most of the season, I'm hoping. So those two front wings hopefully will be ready next time. We'll keep the performance on those gearboxes until they max out. And same with that other rear wing. Hopefully it'll be ready soon. Just reliability as a whole is an issue. I really want to upgrade the HQ so we can get some more mechanics and stuff. But the factory even. It's going to cost 15 million, which we just do not have at the moment, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to be a little bit more careful when we put parts on the car, I think. And with only 21 days left, what I might actually do is just switch purely to reliability to try and get these parts in order. If you could go away, tooltip, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. Right, we'll go from that gearbox to the other rear wing and try and get them ready. We really need to improve the brakes. Well, we need everything, really. We need it 75-80%, as was mentioned in the comments, and we've mentioned beforehand in this playthrough. So we really need to work on that. Right, we've got some new sponsors. A target of 3rd or above, and we'll get a bonus payment of 1.2 million, or 1.3. We may as well go with the one that has the bigger upfront cost, upfront payment even. I don't think we'll ever get 3rd, but I'm not even sure it's what we would select. Bonus of 1st, bonus of 13th. How much is that? It's It's a bonus of 200,000. We might risk it then, considering our last few results. Considering we're making money anyway, I don't really see a problem with aiming high, because you've only got to get third once, and that's the same as getting that 200,000 for 3 or 4 races, over 3 or 4 races. Although obviously it's halved for qualifying and the race, but anyway. So what have we got left then? Just the brakes are the only thing I'm going for a very level sort of upgrade path. We're just going to improve the car sort of over every single part. And we have to go for reliability, really. I don't want to risk level. So it's kind of a throwaway part, but we'll get it on. We'll get it moving. We'll get it done. So I can have a nice little email. What? Can you promise me that I'll come fourth this season? No, not really. Promise made, championship position. What kind of benefit would I get if he actually achieves fourth? I mean, he's not going to... With all due respect, Monroe, it's not really likely to happen, mate. He's 6th at the moment, and he's had a complete shock win. So we have to take the hit on morale, because I'm not making a promise I can't keep, whatever the effects of that not being achieved. And we'll continue on then. Yeah, it's not really much else to do. Just wait. Those new brakes will be finished. Let's say they're kind of throwaway brakes, because there's going to be no real performance upgrade from getting them. So we'll go reliability, and we'll go plus 40 to max. Yeah, we'll go plus 40 to max. They'll need to be improved a lot more, but I don't want to build too many sets of brakes. We're probably going to go back to the big parts like the engine and the gearbox for the rest of the season after this. Just want to get the base level of the car up, then we can concentrate on everything else. So reliability improving there. We won't improve those brakes just yet. They are a small improvement actually, but I'd much rather get those front and rear wings ready for next time, and then we'll switch back to getting all the other parts up to 75-80, and then we can concentrate on performance again. I just don't want this to happen again. I really hope Eka has a chance to win a race again, because if that was her only chance of the season, I feel so bad that it was our fault she doesn't do it. Right, so those other brakes will be ready just before. I think we're just going to continue being aggressive, really. We're going to have to pause and focus on reliability at some point, but for the moment we're okay. I'm going to go back to the gearbox, because there are obviously some big gains we can make here. Are any of these minus risk level? So we can use that minus risk level, but I don't really see any benefit to it. So we'll go plus 15 reliability, which then cancel out that minus 15, and then we can go plus 40 to max. Yeah, that's going to be a great gearbox. It's going to be costly, and it's going to take a lot of work to get it ready for the race, but starting to get to some of the higher level parts now. And this is where we really came into our own in the first championship, started winning, is when we started getting a long way down the upgrade path during the season. So we're definitely getting there. So reliability looking good on that front wing now. And we can probably switch to... I want to get these suspensions up a little bit. So we'll switch to 76 to that 68. And we'll stay on the rest of it for the moment. And we're almost ready then for today's race. How's our car looking? Still 8th quickest. I don't think that takes into account whether stuff's actually fitted to the car or not. Right, we'll take that risk then, and we'll go 3rd or above. That 200,000 is not really a factor at the moment, considering we're getting 400,000 a race. If we can somehow fluke 3rd. There's a lot of rain as well, so we normally do well when it's wet. So the brakes we definitely can't use. Front wings I have no problem using now. We're going to give Eka the better parts. I mean, she's the #1 driver anyway, but I feel especially bad after last time out. And we can use those 2 rear wings now as well. And we'll give those once again to Eka. So a lot of improvements for the car this time out, and hopefully it will yield results. So as always then, I shall go into practice. Looks like it's going to be a pretty useless practice if the rest of the weekend is wet and the practice is dry. But we'll get it done nevertheless, get the car set up, and I'll be with you for qualifying. Right, we're into qualifying then. Pretty good practice session. I think 97% for Eka, 95 for Monroe. Eka seemed really fired up this weekend after that tragic car failure last time out. Obviously cost her the win. Now we're going to try and get some laps in early because there's some rain on the way. And to be honest, it looked like it was going to be a completely wet qualifying. And I presume the same for the race. But as per usual with this game, it's very difficult to actually read whether it just means it's going to rain at some point or for the entire session. So we'll get our laps in early. Yeah, you can see that rain creeping in there around about halfway through the session. So this is probably going to be the only run we can get. So practice pace looks okay. Both cars are in the top 10. And of course, as always, difficult to read. Very short lap round here, so I'm expecting it to be really tight. Eka's the first one to cross the line with 56.1 then. And Monroe is a couple of tenths back on 56.3. They look competitive. As I say, the whole field's probably going to be within a second around this track. And it's going to make strategy very interesting if there's going to be some rain in the race as well. So, yeah, there's definitely not going to be time to get back. Is it worth a go? I don't think so. I think that rain's coming too quickly. So let's just bump it up to speed 12 then. And we'll see how we shake out after the first runs then. So Monroe ends up 6th, Eka in 9th. It was actually Monroe that's quicker than Eka. Which once again, it just makes no sense. Yeah, that rain's going to be here right till the end. Because Eka's on great form. She's got all the better parts, much better car. And Monroe is a couple of tenths quicker. It just shows you really can't judge anything by that form bar. To be honest, they only had one lap. Maybe if they had a second, Eka would find an improvement over Monroe. But both cars in the top 10 is good news once again. And shows that we're really punching above our weight in terms of where the car should be. We should be able to have a good race from there as long as we read the strategy okay. I'm a lot more confident in our reliability this time. So hopefully Eka is not going to have a repeat of last time. Because yeah, I think I'd release her from our contract just, you know, in good faith really, just to help her mental health. Because she should have 2 more wins than she does in her career at the moment. But anyway, let's get warmed up for the race then. So the rain is coming very, very quickly indeed. Now, we tried this last time out. We tried starting on intermediate tyres. I think it was wet when it was actually intermediate. And I'm kind of inclined to try it again with one car. So I'm going to go race trim and nurse for Eka. That's really something we should have had on last time with her, and it might have helped her quite a bit. And we're going to go race trim and engine expert for Monroe, because I don't really see that we're going to be using the dry tyres too much, and those two are going to be better bonuses for us. So, okay, we're actually being told to start on the intermediate tyres, and everybody is doing so. I think that rain is going to come far too quickly to consider maybe taking a risk with one car on dry tyres. If we were a long way back the field, I might, but considering we're right at the front, I don't see much benefit. So we will just start on the intermediates like everybody else and go from there. So hopefully we can have a good start. I want to go forward rather than backwards, of course. And really just some points today would be nice. Both cars to finish, no problems, good strategy, and some points. Someone goes straight off at turn 1, big lock up. So Monroe up to 5th, and there comes that rain already then. So we would have got probably 1 lap of benefit if we'd started on the dry tyres. No point really. So let's just keep an eye on how quickly these tyres warm up once we get to proper intermediate conditions. Eka has cruised through the field up onto the back of her teammate. She's now up to 6th place. Now, I'm going to start looking after this fuel. We do have refueling on here. Oh dear. Okay. What was one of the votes to enable refueling? I get so confused between these series now. We're only doing 3, but I still get confused. So we've actually got way too much fuel in, to be fair, considering how far these tyres are probably going to last. Right, let's go back to neutral and see what the tyre temps do. Monroe's in 4th, Eka in 5th then, but now we turn the cars back down, we will probably start to fall back into the field. Now, we've got a lot of fuel to burn, to be fair, so I might go on high for a little bit early on here and just see if we can keep that gap to those guys behind. Because 4th and 5th is a great position to be in, especially if we read the strategies right. We have to try and work out here. Let's go whack it on up to 4 speed. We have to try and work out here whether Monroe is holding up Eka and backing her into the rest of the pack. Now, Monroe is a reserve driver, so he won't really mind moving over for Eka if we ask him to. But he's starting to gap her, to be fair. The entire field is held up behind us too, but for the moment, that's not a problem. So it looks like it's going to dry out again pretty soon. So hopefully these tyres can go the distance to go back onto dry tyres. Eka now finally being passed then by Lundqvist and Conjero in a couple of corners. Those two are teammates as well, of course, I think. And we'll see how quickly they get past Monroe. Hopefully Eka just doesn't get eaten up by the field. Monroe battling hard here. He does not want to give up that 4th place, but he has now. He made a mistake as well. So both our drivers back to 6th and 7th. And you got to remember, we do not have the pace in this car inherently. That's why I was so surprised the last couple of races how well we've done. But I really want to use this fuel, but I'm worried about the engine and gearbox after last time. Eka's made a mistake, which has let Cruz past them. So both drivers struggling out here, even though Eka's up there on form 10. Again, just ignore this number, it means bugger all, it really does. So Eka's got back past Cruz then, and we've probably got another 4 or 5 laps before we can go back to dry tyres. These inters should hold up, but we just need to get that right crossover lap. Eka falling straight back through the field once again then. And engine and gearbox look okay for the moment, so we'll stay on high fuel mode. We've got plenty of it to burn as we overfueled anyway. That's another thing we need to factor in. We've got a lot more fuel than everybody else probably does, so that might be why we're struggling a bit here. So we're probably about 10 laps over in terms of the fuel needed. Not that the AI would have been able to work out when they needed to stop, to be fair, because of the weather. But that rain is pretty much stopping now, and we're going to have to pit someone early. Oh, everybody's gone in this lap, which is interesting. So 20 laps to go. Do we think we can get to the end on soft tyres? Probably not. So I would say it's going to be 2 stints on the super soft tyres, maybe 1 stint on the ultras. We'll put the super softs on and hope. The amount of fuel we've got is probably okay, to be fair. Might just put a lap in just to make sure we're over that threshold, and everything else looks okay then. So Monroe will come in this lap. Eka will have to come in the lap afterwards, unfortunately. We might have got it slightly wrong here, we'll see. Everybody is going with the soft tyres. Do they think they can get to the end on those? They probably do, to be fair. So we might give it a go with Eka then. Because if everyone else one stops, then we're in trouble. We'll put 20 laps of fuel in then. Actually, she'll have 18 to go. Yeah, she'll have 18 to go, so we'll put 19 in. We'll see. Right. No mistakes from Monroe then. And he's back out in 4th place, so it was the right lap to pit. Those that pitted early didn't really benefit at all from that. I think Eka will probably lose out more. She's definitely a lap too late. And she's got to put quite a bit of fuel in as well. So, yeah, she's going to come back out a long way down the field in 16th. She's got fresher tyres than a few people out there, though. And safety car is coming out then. Shah has crashed in the pit lane. No, you've just pitted. Why would you even ask that question? So, back off on the fuel. We're back up on the tyres. Those super softs on Monroe were already overheating anyway. And he's in a good position if everybody else has got to stop again. If not, we're in a terrible position. Eka's about middle of the pack and can still find our way back through on fresher tyres. But we're going to have to... If those softs are going to last the end, we're really going to have to be super careful on them and keep a watchful eye over those tyre temps. The only thing on Monroe's side is he's going to be quicker now on the super softs. And if we can go long enough to put the ultras on at the end, he's going to be a lot quicker than people on warm and soft tyres. And it's only him and Sirikov down in 17th that are on that 2-stop strategy by the look of it. So, good things could come our way as long as Monroe can do some good overtaking later in the race. Right, we'll go back to high fuel mode. We'll leave it on conserve with the tyres for the next couple of laps. Actually, I think we'll go neutral with Eka. We'll leave it on conserve with Monroe because they are overheating a little bit. It's high, track temperature up to 27 degrees now. A lot hotter than earlier. Monroe has gone horribly backwards though, which is not necessarily good news. Yeah, the shocker laps because everyone's pushing really hard on their tyres. I think we're going to have to do that with Monroe. At least go to neutral. Big mistake from someone at turn 1. Eka's the one that needs to look after them. They're overheating a little bit now. And she has got excess fuel to the end of the race then. So what do we do with Monroe? He's stuck here. He's really stuck. And he's not making any of the progress he needs to make. So let's go push. And try and get him through the field a little bit. A little bit worried about his gearbox, but it should be okay. There's only 10 laps to go. And he's going to have to stop again. There's no doubt about that. Whether he's going to have the pace to come back through, though, is very unlikely. All this battling is not helping either. That's the problem. So, we're just going to get Eka to look after her tyres for the moment. There will come a point where we need to start attacking, though. To be fair, she's already done about 10 laps, so we'll go to at least neutral. And I don't mind if I put a bit of heat in them now. So, Monroe is definitely making his way back through. We've just got to pick the right lap to stop. He's low on fuel as well, so he's going to have to... we've missed that opportunity. We're going to have to go low fuel to make sure he gets around this lap then. And we're going to have to go ultra soft till the end. If we put a bunch of extra fuel in and just absolutely go for it, I think. Just have him go flat out until the finish in terms of fuel. Oh, we got more rain. Hello. How much rain? Not much. Ah, this is not good news. This is not what I wanted. We have to put inters on them. It's going to be about 7 laps. We can push on this, so I might put a little bit of extra fuel on, and we can just push really hard till the finish. He had to pit anyway. He probably could have made it to the end on those super softs, to be fair. They were wearing a lot better than I thought, and I think we've made a bit of a mistake here, unfortunately. But we will go with it. He's going to go overtake and attack. Oh, he's got a problem with suspension. It's okay, mate. It's fine. It's a bit damp. Eka wants intermediates. We're going to leave her out there. Because there's not much we can do at this point. We can go to overtake mode on her as well. She's got plenty of tyres and fuel. She's up into P10. It's not good enough for points though. Mia Hakelbeck is out, and that's a virtual safety car, and that's going to pretty much kill our race. It's a very short one. Very short one. We're okay. Eka is up to P8. She's overheating her tyres, but she's only got a couple of laps to go. It will just stay flat out. So, there's 3 laps to go. Munro, we're going to be pushing that suspension to the limit. He's up to 14th already. Eka can see some points as well. And this is very... She's up to 4th now because people have pitted, I presume, for intermediates. With 2 laps to go. I don't think they're going to catch Eka. Eka's up to 4th. Munro is up to 9th. And he is the leading car on the intermediates as we move on to the final lap then. Let's go back to speed 2. Everything is looking hunky-dory for Eka. I don't think Munro is going to get through. Let's go back to medium with that. Let's go back to high with that fuel just to make sure she gets round. Munro, can he make his way through? That's 8th. Can he take 2 places before Eka's up into 2nd? What is going on? It's another one of those crazy races. Eka is going to finish 2nd. Munro is 5th. Is he going to get 4th? He's not going to get 4th, is he? He's just taken 4th. What the actual fuck just happened? I don't understand. This game sometimes, it's ridiculous. I need like someone to put that in slow-mo to analyse exactly what has just happened. Wow. We timed that perfectly, I think, is what happened. We were just flat out. Munro was on the right tyres. Eka had plenty of tyre life left after looking after them the first few laps and pitting a couple of laps later. And we've just got a podium out of nowhere and both cars into the points. That was glorious. That was... wow. What a result. That surely will make up for the last race from Eka. Or missing out on that victory. The AI, once again, look, I will just show you this. The AI is on this realistic setting. So I don't think it works as it's supposed to. Because there were some very strange decisions there. But to be fair, no one stopped. We just passed people. So whether that was mechanical issues or whether that was tyre related, I'm not sure. But that is some fantastic points. We really need to get rid of these bonuses because Kurishima has got 14 points from that one race and we've got 6 due to the pole position and the fastest lap bonus. But I won't really mind too much. That's 9 points that I really didn't think we'd get at one stage there. And it means our 2 drivers move up in the championship. They're now 4th and 5th then on 13 points apiece. And it means we're once again leading the team championship on 26. This is why we play video games, because anything can happen at any moment, especially in Motorsport Manager, and that's why I love this game so much. That's made my day, that result. That was brilliant. If anybody has any clue, I'd like your essays in the comments section by next episode to explain to me what the bloody hell just went on there, because I missed it. We were gaining positions every couple of seconds. But it was glorious, wasn't it? So I hope you guys enjoyed that crazy episode. We will keep pushing on next time. And we really do have a chance. We're up to 7th now in the team standings. So we'll keep those points coming. In terms of the car performance, that is. We're leading the championship. And we'll see if we can hold on. We'll keep pushing forward. Keep your help and advice coming down in the comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.